Thoughts become things. Thoughts become things. If you conceive it in the inside, you achieve it in the outside. Today, we're going to be talking about selling. Let's start by defining it. Selling is not a superficial hit-and-run event. Selling is rather a process wherein relationships are built on trust, needs are met synergistically, and wealth is grown sustainably. It is this definition of selling that separates the wheat from the chaff. Everybody would like to earn the six-figure salary that star salespeople usually have, but as hopefuls become aware that selling is actually a process and not a mere event, they often become discouraged and end up opting out of the career. Committed and talented professionals with a vocation of service embrace the challenge of engaging in the selling process as they embark in a 1,000-mile journey with a step of faith and a great deal of diligence and creativity. During the time I served as a financial advisor in Miami, Florida, I experienced the hardships of building a business from scratch. Initially working out of my car and apartment, I covered many neighborhoods and industrial parks as I put my knuckles to the wood, knocking on doors and building relationships without any pre-existent leverage whatsoever. On occasion, doors were slammed right in front of my face. Many would not answer my beckoning, and some of those that did blamed me, a 23-year-old college grad at the time, of the entire global financial crisis that was beginning to unfold. Yes, the year was 2008, the worst time to begin a career as an entrepreneur in financial sales, according to many people. In my estimation, that assertion flew in the face of the economic and business principles that I was taught as an undergraduate student in Boston. To the best of my knowledge, every recession had been followed by a recovery, just like night follows day. Nonetheless, the barriers to entry were high. The barriers to success, rather, were high. I was young, unknown in a community that was equally unknown to me. My father and mentor had just recently passed away, and the noise from the media competed day and night with my message of better times to come in the financial sector. And it was there, in the middle of a dark and gloomy recession, that the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., words that I had committed to memory during my time at Brandeis University, came to me as a sudden flash of encouragement. Those words were made of the quintessential simplicity that goes beyond complexity. And those words declared the following: true greatness comes not by favoritism, but by fitness. And moreover, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. As I thought that thought through, I understood that the times were not designed for me to whine, but to shine ever more brilliantly in the service of other people. Many investors had been the victims of ruthless scams and ill advice. In my estimation, I had a virtual absolute advantage over the Wall Street establishment in the sense that I was an outsider, and my approach was relationships-driven, not products or profits-driven. Moreover, the advice I gave was based on solid investing principles, commonsensical in nature. All the while, they were grounded in a non-compromising core of ethical and professional values. I have to say that when people noticed my wrinkleless face and forehead rife with pimples, they promptly inquired about my age. Without a moment's hesitation, I would answer and say, as Sir Francis Bacon used to say, a man that is young in years may be old in hours if he has wasted no time, and I've wasted no time. Those, if you'd like, were my Ronald Reagan moments in financial sales. In time, people started warming up to my way of doing business. Initially, however, I had been hitting a wall as I tried to win clients by showing people how much I knew. Needless to say, that didn't work. Soon enough, I understood that people did not care how much I knew until they came to know how much I truly cared. Now the question was, how do I show them? How do I genuinely show people that I truly care? Well, first and foremost, I presented myself before people enthusiastically. Even after having had a door slammed right in front of the end of my nose, I would regroup and approach the next person with a genuine smile in my face. Enthusiasm, I discovered, is the key that unlocks the door to building relationships. Furthermore, if enthusiasm opens the door to relationships, what gets you past the door and into people's hearts and minds is being sensitive to their emotions. If you're in financial sales, instead of asking what people think about the current economy, try asking them how they feel about it. Even though the response may not be positive in itself, the question of feeling rather than thinking opens people up to be more forthcoming towards you, even as you use that opportunity to deepen your relationship with them. After a level of rapport has been established, people are more amenable to engaging with you as you make logical sense of what you have to offer as a professional. Interestingly enough, I use to approach people at that level first. Having just acquired a degree in economics and business alongside a Series 7 license, I was eager to unleash my head knowledge into full display. That didn't work. Caring about people did. For this reason, as a relationship builder, allow me to encourage you to first approach people enthusiastically, and after having put your finger on the pulse of their emotions, explain yourself in a logical fashion. I call this the eel of cultivating your sales appeal. The eel of cultivating your sales appeal. EEL is an acronym, and it stands for enthusiasm, emotions, logic. I believe that when these elements are genuinely and effectively applied, they yield win-win results that set you up for success in relationships, business, and life in general. Now to conclude, because it's raining here, let me tell you what happened to my career after I applied these elements genuinely and effectively and systematically. I went from working out of my current apartment to operating my own office branch at age 24. After 3 years of cultivating my office branch, I decided to go beyond wealth management advisory and into consulting and equipping in the areas of leadership, management, and entrepreneurship as president of Diario Analytica Incorporated. Service, analysis, education, and inspiration are at the heart of what we do at Diario Analytica. For more information, please visit our website at www.diarioanalytica.com. Thank you very much for listening. And as I said at the beginning, thoughts become things. Thoughts become things. What you conceive in the inside, you achieve in the outside, for better or for worse. Therefore, we might as well think on the bright side and have a great life.